before I let you get on your way and try your first deep dish pizza, we have to do my favourite section. Ironically, the guests enjoy it a lot more than I think they would, but it's the creatively named Under the Team Bus. So similar to the quick fires, just thinking about teammates you've had, and then whoever the first one comes to your mind, just rattle them off. And if we needed a reason, I'll ask you for a reason.
Okay.
Lovely. Right. So, for example, the first one is just like most determined. Who's just got that elite winning mindset?
Dave Dennis.
Love that. Biggest practical joker in the changing room?
Matt Gittle.
Is he a prankster?
He's always joking about, being sarcastic, aye.
He's always on that electric bike in those budgies, so probably a hard man to take seriously.
Yeah.
Until he dumps you at like 30 miles an hour, then you'd probably take him. But apart from that, who's the most naturally skillful player you've ever played with? Like somebody that just rugby.
Finn Russell.
You're rattling off some incredible names here in the first three. Who's the most clumsy? Like who just like drops their phone and forgets their kit?
Darcy Ray.
Who's most up for a night out?
I know so many people that I'm struggling to find one. Rory Hughes, probably.
Who's got the best fashion sense? Like who's always just got a good clobber?
Billy Meeks.
Love that. Vice versa, who looks like they got dressed in the dark and they were running late for training?
Tim Swinson.
Swinno's not got good start. Who's the most gullible? Like who just believes anything you tell him?
We've got a lad in this team now called Mika Felix.
Right.
A young lad from New Zealand, 20 years old. It's just his age, man. He's just.
I was gonna say, bless him, man. He's just trying to figure out his way in the world, and you're just ripping him.
Lovely little bear. He's a tight head. He's the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life. But yeah, I'd say he's probably the most gullible.
Oh, man, you got to be nice to the front row unions. Some kids have been picked up and dumped on the other side of the world, and like just people just ripping him.
Exactly.
Bless him. Who's the best dancer? Like who's just like so in control in a nightclub?
We had a guy in LA called Ryan James who was an exceptional dancer. He just had the moves. He used to say he was a real quiet guy, and he used to always be like, "Dancing's how I express myself."
Just gets really into the feels when the music comes on. Like he feels it in the soul. And then
it.
Vice versa. Who's the worst dancer? Who looks like they're not in control of their arms and legs, but they're on the rainbow dance floor?
Tough one. Might have to go Darcy Ray again.
Really?
He's just a big bear.
Complete sidetrack. Did you ever go to that Saddle Ranch place in LA when you were there? It's got like a big mechanical bull. It's just off Sunset.
Oh, I've heard about it though.
Oh, mate, party in there, like loose.
I heard good things about it.
I've never seen somebody do a 2-liter tequila sunrise for like $8, but that's the place they do it. Mate, if you're ever back there, I'd highly recommend it. Always the weirdest folk in there. I'm pretty sure like Odell Beckham was there when I was there, and we were only sat like 3 tables apart. But because it's LA, nobody bats an eyelid.
Yeah, that's true.
But like Scottish 20-year-olds walking like it's definitely Odell Beckham, and like you stood at the urinal trying to like play it cool, and you like shake it, and you're like, oh my god.
Oh, they're everywhere out there.
Future coach, who's somebody that's just like you just live and breathe rugby, like just love rugby?
Somebody that I'd be inspired by.
No, like somebody who's a future coach, like they just love rugby.
I would say like Fraser Brown. I think he'd be a good coach.
Class, a good shout. Who's hard as nails? Like who's somebody like if a fight breaks out, you just want them stood behind you?
Tom Gordon.
I love that. Who came back with the worst lockdown haircut? Like who came back and it's clear like the missus had tried to help them with like the trimmer?
I don't know, man. Maybe like there's a few boys like who've got horrific kind of mullets at the moment. Like they're not horrific; they're quite cool. You know, there's definitely a time and place for a good mullet. But yeah, there's a boy I played with in LA called Brooklyn Hardacre, and he had an Aussie boy. He had this long mullet, and every single one of his mates had the same thing, big mullet. And the lads after they finished the season, they went and toured around the US, and they all had these mullets. There was like 6 of them.
That's class. It was definitely a Super Rugby thing. It's like I feel like lockdown happened, and then just every Super Rugby player had a mullet. I don't know where it came from, but
they say it's coming back in. The mullet's coming back in.
I don't think it'll be for me. I'm just terrified if I shaved hair, like it wouldn't come back. That's the fear I'm getting now.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've only got a few cuts left.
I'm on like a stamp card now with like a Greg's coffee card just for like final three. Who's the most natural athlete? Like who's just like an engine?
Nico Matawalu.
I love that. What a shout. Who's got best tunes? And you are allowed to say yourself with this as you are a professional DJ.
There's a boy in LA called Adam Channel who had good songs. Good LA boy, loved like house, tech house music. He always had good music.
Love that. Love it. And final one, who hogs the mirror the most post game? Like who knows they've got like a wee interview coming up, so they're just like a little bit too long in front of the mirror, making sure every hair is in the right place.
Ali Price.
The face of Scottish rugby.
Yeah.
And there we are. That's under the team bus, done and dusted. You've not sold anybody down the river there. I think you'll be all right. The boys will be sound with it.
Hope so.
Right. Final thing before you get on your way, and that is you done and dusted in this car crash of a great podcast, which I love doing. Right. Final question. You've just won your first MLR with the Chicago Hounds. Everybody's looking at you going, we see the decks. What 3 songs are you putting on, in what order and why?
Right. Okay. I think I'd go like first and foremost, I'd probably go Saturday Night by Wigfield.
Love that.
That'd probably be the first one. And then I'd probably take it down a notch where it would be like real like pumping kind of like house, minimal house. There's a guy called Clooney that I love. I'd play a bit of his stuff.
Right,
Clooney.
I love that.
And then I'd probably go ABBA third, some sort of ABBA song.
Everybody, Voulez-Vous was Kira Bevan, Wales women's number 9. She went Voulez-Vous.
Yeah, I'd go that. I'd definitely go that.
I see, like every rugby player, like we're all the same person at heart. It's all the same things.
That's an anthem, man.
That's class. Adam, I've had a great time. Where can they follow you on social media to keep up with your story as it unfolds?
Just on just type my name on Instagram, probably come up. I've got Twitter, but I'm not on there much. So yeah, Instagram's the main place.
Amazing. It'll be in the description below for all you listeners down there. Every YouTube, Spotify, Apple, it'll all be there. Get yourself following Adam. Adam, this has been absolute class. Thank you so much for coming on and giving up your time. I've loved it. Like I said, new Chicago Hounds fan and me, listeners, let's get supporting the team. Let's get behind them. We're going to get that MLR championship sooner than we think, and I can't wait to watch you celebrating with it. And all that's left now to do is like, subscribe, share, follow, retweet, tell your dog, tell your mum, tell your dad, tell anybody you can down the street that you had a great time listening to this podcast. It helps me get great guests like Adam on. Keep doing this. What I love. I want to make this the best it can be, and I get that by getting your feedback and getting you guys sharing the words. So thank you very much, and we'll see you all again next week for another episode. Goodbye.